YouTube, what is up? This is Gorehounds, and today we have a very special video. Now, if you don't know, I do have a ranking of this franchise. It is my favorite franchise on YouTube. We're going to be talking about Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. See, I have the poster behind me, one of my favorite movies of all time. If you don't know, I love this movie, so yeah, watch my ranking if you haven't seen it. It'll piss you off. But yeah, guys, today we're going to be talking about the 8-hour documentary of Rob Zombie's Halloween that was never released. Now, basically, imagine spending months filming in every argument, every setback, every brutal moment behind the scenes, one of the most controversial movies ever made. And I'm talking about Halloween 2. Now, all this footage is disappeared into a vault, for over 15 years. Horror fans like myself, if you don't know about this documentary, I'm going to tell you all about it, but it's one of the biggest lost documentaries in the entire genre of horror. Now, this is the unreleased, the making of Halloween 2, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Now, according to Rob Zombie, the documentary was planned to be around about 8 hours. And that is about twice the length of Michael Lives, the original documentary for Halloween 2007. Now, this is a massive behind-the-scenes documentary, Halloween 2007. It is 4 hours, and it is just massive. Now, I have the Blu-ray here. I reviewed this. I think I reviewed it. Maybe not. I might have just shown off. But this is the Via Vision Halloween 1 and 2 Ultimate Collector's Edition. And yeah, this comes with Michael Lives on it. Watch the documentary. It's great. But yeah, guys, now let's get into the story. So the success of Michael Lives. Now, when Rob Zombie rebooted Halloween in 2007, the Blu-ray, as I showed you, included the documentary Michael Lives, the making of Halloween. Now, for running over 4 hours, it became legendary. It was a great documentary. It went all the way from pre-production, all the way to post, to the ending, everything. Now, it was it wasn't polished at all. Very rough, it showed arguments, it showed every day on the set, long shoot days, casting decisions, special effects, studio pressure, and it felt honest, like it was not a Hollywood documentary. And fans like me just loved it. So then for 2009, as you all know, he had a sequel. And for this, he decided with the documentary, he was going to go even bigger. Now, he was going to release an 8-hour documentary. Now, during the interviews, Rob Zombie revealed that it has been filmed, during when the movie was coming out, Halloween 2. And he was basically 4 hours wasn't enough, and why make it 8 hours? And basically, he joked that it was too short. He joked that 4 hours was too short for Michael Lives. Now, unlike a traditional featurette, the project was meant to be a document nearly every stage of production. Now, at the time, it sounded like horror fans were about to receive the ultimate documentary, pretty much the ultimate horror documentary, let's be honest. But pretty much, yeah, it goes down the hill a little bit. But at the time, but then nothing. Years passed, we got the DVD, we got the Blu-ray, we got Steelbooks, we got the Ultimate Edition. Now, this is the, still don't have 4Ks, by the way, so Lionsgate, please give us 4Ks. Take my money. There's no trailer, no release date, no announcement. The documentary, it basically just vanished. Now, Halloween 2 had a very difficult production, to say the least. And basically, to understand why, you have to understand the movie. Halloween 2 was not easy to make. Rob Zombie openly has spoken throughout the years how he was exhausted from the first Halloween. He didn't want to make it, but initially he didn't even want to direct Halloween 2. He was done. He was done with Halloween. He was, I made my sequel. We're done. And eventually he returned because, Malek Akkad told him, you could do whatever you want. This is your sequel. Because they were going to go somewhere else to direct it. And the Rob was like, no, I want to direct it if it's going to be a sequel. Now, instead of the traditional slasher, much like his first movie, he did something very different, much darker. This movie, if you haven't seen it, is psychological. And it is a horror film focused on trauma, grief, mental collapse of Laurie Strode. And this is just it's a shock to most Halloween fans, most horror fans. When you go through the franchise, Halloween 78, and then if you watch even his first movie, and then you watch Halloween 2, it's crazy. That's why I feel like this movie, a lot of people hate it. They just don't. This is not your typical Halloween movie. It is a tragedy. And it divided audiences almost immediately after being filmed. And some people like myself praise its originality. Some of us love it. If you are, please let me know in the comments. If you hate it, let me know in the comments. And then even before release, reports suggest that there were disagreements over the film's direction, editing, just the whole shit show, basically. Zombie. But yeah, now the rumors. Now, this is where the mystery begins. Over the years, people have speculated this documentary was shelved because it captured too much conflict behind the scenes. Most of all, the Weinsteins, the company backing this, and Bob Weinstein was very hard on Rob Zombie, coming on set, mean. If you didn't know, Rob Zombie actually, when he would put his dialogue in his filming, he would actually put it a couple days behind. He filmed things ahead, just so then they wouldn't be harping on something he already did, so he could kind of, get away with it. Which, I love Rob Zombie, so I feel so bad for him with this movie. But some online discussions, they claim that included extensive footage of creative disagreements between Rob Zombie and the Weinstein brothers, whose company they distributed the film, as I said. However, there's never been any confirmation on this. We have heard Rob talk about it openly, how he hated making this movie. It was just a pain in the ass. And there's no reason the documentary is withheld. Nobody knows. There's literally nothing. And what is confirmed is that this documentary is filmed and is locked away in a vault somewhere, unreleased. Exactly why, just nobody knows. Now, could it still exist? That is a big question many people have. Very few people believe that the footage was actually destroyed. Some people do believe that. I don't believe it personally. I think it's definitely somewhere. So, yeah. And most people, like myself, assume it still exists in the studio archives or production storage. Whether it's fully edited is a different question. Nobody knows. And some reports suggest that editing began before the project was halted. And others believes that only raw footage exists of this documentary. Without official confirmation, though, nobody outside of production knows anything. There's no clue what even happened. So, important question to ask, and you're probably thinking, why do fans want this so bad? Well, people like myself who are big fans of this movie means so much to me. The irony is that interest in the documentary has only grown, even though many people hate these movies. I love them, especially since the Blumhouse ones were, a little bit of a letdown, but we'll keep going. And since its release, Halloween 2 has developed a passionate following. I've seen many people, it does piss me off a little bit because, a lot of us get hate. We got so much hate for loving this movie. And then now people are starting to flip. Not many, but I've seen it. And if you have not seen Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 in a while, or you've never seen it, please watch this movie. I love this movie. It is so great. But I just really appreciate its unique vision. But a lot of people despised it because of that, because this is not your typical Halloween movie. Now, seeing how the film was actually made, watching the creative process, I really want to see this. And understanding the decisions and why Rob made it this way and why it's just so divisive, and just to kind of get more insight on it. It'd be one of the most fascinating behind-the-scenes documentary, probably the most that horror has ever seen. It's not because I'm biased, guys. So now the question is, will it ever be released? And will we ever see it? Who knows? There's never been an announcement confirming a future release. This Via Vision release came out, I think, 2021 or 2023. Nothing. This is an Australian release too, but nothing. Now, as anniversaries continue to pass for these films, fans like me will remain hopeful. One day, we will see this documentary. and it could appear maybe on the 4Ks. I highly doubt it, just because of how bad this documentary made the Weinstein brothers look, because they were on Rob every single day, just would not let him do what he wants. Until then, though, the Lost Halloween 2 documentary, it remains one of the horror's greatest unseen treasures. You know, hours of footage, countless stories, and a production history that most fans have only heard about, waiting to be seen. Now, guys, if this documentary were released tomorrow, would you watch all 8 hours? Or do you think the behind-the-scenes stories were better left buried? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed deep dives into this, if you enjoyed this, deep dives into lost horror media, unreleased stuff and movie mysteries, please subscribe for more. Let me know down in the comments if you liked it and if you want me to make more. But yeah, guys, this is Gorehounds. Thank you for your time. Please subscribe if you're new, and I'm out.